how'd your girlfriend react to the? What else did she say? Did she say anything else about that movie or the ending?
No, she just said, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm watching like a woman action movie." And I'm guessing she thought it was more of like, I won't say a sexist thing, but I guess she was just like, "Oh, you just want to see women fighting." But because also the day before that, I was watching all these like Ronda Rousey videos with Ronda Rousey, like.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "Why do you want to watch that so much?" I'm like, "Well, that's Gene LaBelle's niece, you know. He's the one who choked out Steven Seagal, made him shit himself on that movie set, Out for Justice." And you know, like she's tough, man. She's like one of the toughest. I would not. I don't even ever want to meet her. I don't even want to be in the same. I'm afraid of her. Like, I don't want to ever be in the same room.
I see what you mean, man. I've seen the interviews with her, and she doesn't fuck around, man.
No.
She's like one of the boys. She's like one of the boys. She has an attitude like no one else.
Cause she knows she can take people out. So there's a level of confidence. Like, I'm a Ronda Rousey fan, but I never want to meet her for an autograph in case she breaks my arm or pulls an Arnold and stabs me in the back with the pen through the autograph photo or whatever.
What I like about her is she's so rebellious. She's very unapologetic.
Yeah, but she's cool. It's cool.
But yeah, she's still a nice person. Once you just don't get on her, if you don't get on her bad side.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And you can tell, like, she's got that charisma that she's gonna be a star now forever. Even if she doesn't want to be a star, she's gonna be a star. And like, right now, I think she could, with her amazing levels of professionalism she has, I could definitely see her in like in the movie business and in the MMA. Like, if she decides to leave the MMA, she's gonna have that option to do movies for the rest of her life. You know, like, she's really like, wow, like some of the stuff this girl does is just insane. Like, very scary. Very scary.
Yeah, I think she wants to be in the movies because I saw a posting on Facebook how she wants to be the highest paid, highest grossing actress. You joked about that.
I feel sorry for her boyfriend.
By the way, I'm sorry?
I feel sorry for her boyfriend.
What about her boyfriend?
No, like, imagine dating someone like that and having an argument with someone like that, and they just...
Oh.
That would be horrible. I'm not saying anything negative here. I'm just saying that in another world somewhere, imagine if that was to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like her already. Yeah, I really like her. I would love to work with her one day. I love for her to want to. But you know what? Speaking of Ronda Rousey and how you brought up about Certain Fury, about how it was a women's action movie, you brought up Ronda Rousey. And that was funny that you mentioned that because I was actually thinking about if I make Certain Fury a franchise, I can have her in one of the movies as the villain.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Imagine that. That'd be
because I actually pictured it. You remember the fight scene in Lethal Weapon 4 with Jet Li and Briggs and Murtaugh?
Yeah, under the pier.
Yeah. I was thinking, I had this in my head to have like the same fight scene with Ronda Rousey, with Tatum O'Neal and Irene Cara, Scarlett and Tracy.
Mm-hmm. That'd be amazing.
Oh man,
that'd be amazing. Brutal. Damn. Damn. Yeah.
I think it'll be more brutal than the fight scene in Lethal Weapon 4 because you got women going at it. You don't see a lot of women getting brutal and bloody like in action movies.
Yeah.
You
know? The only A scene like that I've seen that blew me away was Patricia Arquette in True Romance when she fights James Gandolfini.
Oh.
That fucked me up as a kid watching it. I was like 13 when I saw that. 13, 14, and that messed me up. That scene still messes me up after all these years. I watched it with my girlfriend like last year, and my girlfriend was like, "What the like?" She couldn't believe it. Such a scene, and that music too in that scene is insane. And that kind of reminds me a bit of Certain Fury too. The music from that movie in that scene, very, very passionate.
Yeah, yeah. She took a beating, but she kept going at his ass.
Yeah. Whew. Nightmare on Elm Street.
What was? She was in part 3, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Warriors. Yep.
With Worm Freddy or Snake Freddy.
I prefer Snake Freddy. That creeped me out when I first saw that.
Yeah.
That creeped me out.
He's like, you.
But they did a great job with that, and what was interesting, and another interesting thing about a Certain Fury, I think that's one of the reasons. I think one of the reasons why that I like that movie so much. It's kind of like a love story, but not based off of romance, but based around friendship. It's like the love story, not about romance, but it's about friendship. It's kind of like the love story in that theme of friendship instead of romance.
And what you can build off of that now is just incredible. You know, where you could take that now is just incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That is a classic.
Classic. And what was the one of the cute things you thought you liked about that movie? The cutest thing you liked about it?
Well, I really like the ending, and I really like the bickering. I think the thing that did it for me, the thing that hit home for me was when the junkie shoots up Irene Cara, and she's like lying. Yeah, she's like lying there, and then Tatum's carrying her out, and they're going. Yeah, Scarlett's carrying her out, and they're going down the street, and she's like half in it, half out of it, and she's like thinks that she's talking to her mother. And at that point, you kind of get that now Tatum's character, Scarlett, has almost like a certain responsibility. You know, like, it almost rings at now, okay, I get it. Now I know why she's so defensive. Now I know why, you know, she can start piecing it together, you know. And that was just a really good scene because you see the roles reversed to where, like, the vulnerable and the invulnerable. There's like a different level of vulnerability there. And
exactly. You said what about she gets what again? Your microphone got messed up. What were you saying? She got what?
She got like a sense of responsibility, you know, like. Mm-hmm. And in a way, the roles are kind of reversed because, like, you know, Irene Cara's really more sheltered than Tatum O'Neal in the movie. So Tatum's kind of used to living on the street and kind of like, you know, used to the tragic side of it. So, and then you would expect that Irene's character would be more the mother type because she's raised in more of, you know, like suburbial or whatever, you know. So they get that role reversal there. It's just, you know, where one becomes becomes like totally vulnerable, and the other one, you know, who doesn't have all the elegance of the high society life, but she knows the ins and outs of the street. She's got the street smarts, and she can start putting it together. You know, like there's a lot of like a bond in that scene. That really got me. I really love that scene.
Oh yeah, and I like the fact how Scarlett apartment talking to that guy Sniffer, she wants to leave all this behind, and she talked about how she's been through a lot. She wants to leave, and what made it strange is that at the end, while they're walking on the train tracks, and Tracy is talking about how they can start with this new life, and you have that hesitation on Scarlett's face, like it's like she wanted something different, but at that moment she's like, when Tracy is saying all this to her, it's like she's slowly realizing, like, maybe this isn't for me. I'm scared. There's nothing. The streets is all I know.
Yeah.
So when she tells her, I can't do this, I can't be with you, it's like you can understand how hurt each other they both are.
Yeah.
How much they're hurting. But now at the scene where the shots where she's walking off and she's crying and she's standing there and she's crying, they keep cutting back. It's like they want to be with each other. They want to be with each other, but they feel like it's impossible.
Yeah, and at the same time, there's even a deeper loss there because they went through this big tragedy together, pretty much to the point where they think they're both dead. You know, so, well, we won't give that away, but they go through this big tragedy together, and you know, in that just you know, after, let's say, like the first 15 minutes, you can tell that their lives will never be the same again. No matter what happens, no matter what the outcome is, their lives are never going to be the same again. So there's that deeper level of, okay, well, you know, one knew high society and one knew the street, but now they don't even have those things to go back to. They have to go in a new direction on their own because there's no common ground anymore. You know, like, so that is really, really, really a great dynamic for it too. You know, you almost feel like it's gonna be like Thelma and Louise, you know, through the whole thing.
Exactly. Because if you look at it, the ending was kind of like Thelma and Louise, because if you watch Thelma and Louise, where they realize that they can't go back to the life they had, and they decide to just keep going, they'll kill themselves. It's like the same thing with Scar when the police were telling her stop. She kept running. And the police saying freeze, and she realized there was nothing else to go back to. It's like she kept going until she got shot.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, one of what made that scene great was when they had that pact with each other, when they said they will stick together even if it kills them and even if it doesn't from now on, despite the fact that they feel like they can't be with each other, and they realize that they need each other, despite no matter where we go, no matter how our lives will be different after what just happened to Scarlett after getting shot. After Scarlett gets shot, they both realize that despite our lives will never be the same, that no matter what, we'll stick together.
Exactly.
No matter what.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just wow. I don't know. I'm surprised that movie doesn't have a bigger following. Like, I'm really surprised.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can slowly realize it's slowly kind of getting some recognition a little bit, I guess it is.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to what I said that about how they'll stick together no matter what, which is why I feel that the sequel needs to be done, because it shows like when they talk about that they will stick together even if it kills them, but through what, you know? It's like, so it kind of, the sequel kind of gives them more challenges and more obstacles together to what that pact they talked about really means, about them sticking together even if it kills them and even if it doesn't. So which is why I feel the sequel needs to be made, because if you watch it at what they said about sticking together, it sounded like it was setting up for a sequel for something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.